Tonight on the Electric Playground, break out that wish list as we look at the newest electronics from Sony. House MD Hugh Laurie is helping ship out presents in the new animated holiday film Arthur Christmas. Fly off the top ropes with some SmackDown action figures. And Kermit the Frog reveals all about the Muppets' return to the big screen. Welcome to the Electric Playground, the show that gives you the latest in everything cool every single day. I'm your host, Brianna McIver, here to save you from giant monsters, and also here to deliver the rundown. Here it is. It looks like another video game series is going to smash its way into cinemas. A movie based on the Rampage franchise is in the works. In the games, players take control of different giant monsters in a bid to destroy as many cities and eat as many people as possible. Rampage Total Destruction, the most recent installment, took a bite out of the Wii back in 2007. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the Rampage movie will be overseen by the producer behind Final Destination 5. The hunt is on for a screenwriter. The upcoming comic book movie, I, Frankenstein, has found a leading lady. Chuck star and Mass Effect 3 voice actress Yvonne Strahovski has joined the cast of the supernatural action film. Deadline reports that she'll play a beautiful young scientist who works with a gun-toting version of Frankenstein's monster. The misunderstood behemoth is set to be played by Battle Los Angeles star Aaron Eckhart, and Underworld Rise of the Lycans bloodsucker Bill Nighy will play a demonic villain. I, Frankenstein begins shooting in January. Another stealthy Metal Gear Solid game is sneaking onto a console near you. Speaking with the official PlayStation Magazine, series creator Hideo Kojima revealed that Metal Gear Solid 5 is in the early stages of development. No plot details have been revealed, and it remains to be seen if hero Snake will be back. This means there are 3 new Metal Gear games in the works. Snake Eater 3D, an eye-popping remake of MGS3, will infiltrate the Nintendo 3DS early next year. An all-new mission, Metal Gear Solid Rising, will hit the PS3 and 360 in late 2012. It will not feature Snake and instead focus on the electrifying Ninja Raiden. The annoying internet icon known as the Annoying Orange is getting his own TV series. The Cartoon Network plans to create a half-hour animated series based on the insanely popular YouTube shorts. The Annoying Orange first hit the web back in 2009 and stars a loudmouth citrus fruit who never fails to irritate those around him. The videos have been viewed more than 850 million times. The creator of the shorts will serve as producer on the TV show, and the first episode is scheduled to hit the airwaves next year. The science fiction novel Ender's Game is getting the big screen treatment. The futuristic book sees humans battling a group of alien insects. It won a Hugo Award for Best Novel, and Deadline reports that Hugo star Asa Butterfield is set to play the lead role of a gifted youngster thrust into the alien battle. The director of X-Men Origins Wolverine, Gavin Hood, is set to helm, with Star Trek writers Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman serving as producers. Ender's Game will invade theaters in 2013. And Sony is making it easier to never leave the couch with the new Tablet S. It's the first tablet that functions as a universal remote control. This means users can interact with compatible electronic gadgets right from the device, including ones that aren't made by Sony.
Anything that has a remote control, from your TV, Blu-ray player, cable box, to your fireplace and your blinds that you control off a remote, the Sony tablet will be able to control.
We'll find out how the Tablet S connects to the online PlayStation Store later today. We'll also take a look at plenty of other cool new gadgets from Sony. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is breaking even more gaming records. The new shooter recruited more Day 1 players on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network than any other game in history. In the first 24 hours, more than 3.3 million players logged into Modern Warfare 3 on Xbox Live, totaling 7 million hours of playtime. Modern Warfare 3 is also the fastest-selling game ever. The first round of downloadable content is expected to deploy soon. And it looks like director Steven Soderbergh is dropping out of The Man from U.N.C.L.E. The director of Contagion was set to helm a big screen remake of the 1960s spy series. Now the Playlist reports that Soderbergh has left the project following casting disputes between him and the film's financial backers. Several different stars were rumored to be attached to the project, including the Ides of March politician George Clooney and the Eagle commander Channing Tatum. Haywire, Soderbergh's next action-packed film, will smash cinemas in January 2012. Up next, step into the ring with some new WWE figures and head on a big screen adventure with the Muppets. Welcome back to the Electric Playground. Next week will be very exciting for me personally because I cannot wait to see the Muppets when they return to the big screen, which is why I'm a little jealous that Shaun got to interview Kermit about the new film.
Left leg in trouble. Going down. Left leg going down. What? Oh!
Kermit, it's great to see the whole gang back together in the Muppets. What was it like for you to see everyone again?
Oh, well, it's always great to see the guys. You know, I should tell you that in the movie, it's portrayed as though we've been apart for like 25 years or something. But in real life, we see each other all the time. We did a bunch of internet videos last year and a bunch of TV shows and things. But this is the first time we've been on the big screen in a very long time.
I'm gonna shoot straight. You guys aren't famous anymore.
Yeesh. I wish she'd shot a little more curvy.
Well, you and your gang must be doing something right because you've been around for so long. What do you attribute that longevity to?
I think people identify with us because we really are just normal singing, dancing, joke-telling bears, pigs, chickens, frogs, you know, in show business. And I think people can relate to that.
Check it out. Fart shoes.
This is going to be a really short movie.
Now, in this movie, you get to work with two huge fans of yours who are very inspired by you and your Muppets. What was it like for you to work with Jason and Walter?
Well, you know, they're sort of like two peas in a pod. They're very much the same kind of persons. But they both know a lot about us. They've been watching our work for years. And that helps when you work with people, you know. And of course, Jason wrote our movie.
This is the film I'm most proud of my entire career. I've dreamed of doing this since I was really quite young, and the fact that it's come to fruition now is just amazing. And I got to work with the most talented co-stars you could hope for.
It's an electric fence.
Yep.
As far as what the Muppets mean to you, is it obviously they're a family to you, but what else does it mean?
Well, I think our whole group is kind of nice. We've all known each other for a long time, and we have our little squabbles and our little disagreements, you know? But we really do, at the heart of it all, care about each other. I think that's what all of our movies are ultimately about.
Got it!
What do you hope fans get out of seeing the Muppets?
Well, let's see. They're going to a theater. I hope they get popcorn and candy. Our film is coming out just before the Christmas holidays begin. And I hope that they understand that all of us Muppets coming together is sort of the way everybody else can do that too, you know?
You think we should have rented a bigger car?
I will definitely be forcing my family to get together and watch the film. Now, if you were a fan of WWE growing up, then you can relive your childhood memories with a whole collection of new action figures.
Now, Enrique, I've got to say that the Mattel lineup of WWE action figures is absolutely incredible, and you guys keep upping the ante each and every series that comes out. What can we expect with the new series of figures you guys are releasing?
We've got a lot of cool stuff. You saw Flex Force, the Colossal Crashdown, is brand new for this fall, as well as a Rumblers Transforming Rumble Rig. It's a mouthful, but it's an awesome playset. Transforms from a truck into a full arena playset.
And you guys also released 70 of your core action figures for WWE. How do you decide which action figure is going to get what?
We try to, number one, capitalize on the entertainment and try to mimic what's happening. So as closely as we can, you know, if there's a new guy like a Sin Cara, we try to jump on him real quick and we get him out there. If there's a great hot storyline, you can put that in a 2-pack. Number two is we also want to do the entire roster. We want to do the secondary and tertiary characters. We want to do some divas. We want to get out there and complete the roster. And of course, guys change their deco all the time.
Now, a lot of fans are also enjoying the Flex Force lineup that you guys are offering. How do you improve that lineup as it goes on?
New characters, new decos, new moves. And we apply those moves to tons of different new characters. But the really cool thing is a Colossal Crashdown ring. You know, you go up to the top, you wrestle at the top, there's grates, you can bust through the grates, and then the really cool moment is you can break the entire thing down. If you hit the sweet spot at the top, the whole thing collapses down. You can reset and do it over and over again. So it's a very cool way for kids to recreate the action of WWE.
And what's it like for you to see some of the actual wrestlers come and take a look at their figures and critique them?
That's one of the best parts of this whole thing. We always hear from the talent that, you know, oh, it's great, it looks just like me. I know I've made it when I have an action figure. For some of these Legends guys, time has taken some of these guys away from us. I never had really thought about it this way, but Mattel is bringing these guys back a little bit, allowing us to kind of celebrate, for example, our Macho Man defining moment. I mean, it's just fantastic for us to be able to provide that to fans and to kids.
Those could even possibly make some good gifts for the holidays. Now stick around because we have tons more EP headed your way after this. Up next, we lay the smackdown in the Sonar and deliver some holiday cheer with Hugh Laurie. You're back here at the Electric Playground. Many of us are familiar with actor Hugh Laurie because of his role on TV as House MD. But when he was given the opportunity to play a totally different character in an animated film, he jumped at the chance.
You play the character Steve. Can you describe him for me?
Steve is a go-ahead kind of a guy. He is Santa's son. He's the next in line of succession, thinks he's going to take over Christmas, and he has big plans for how Christmas can be improved. But in so doing, of course, he overlooks some of the details, the human details.
You're going to have to take the batteries out.
Steve has this almost military approach to problem solving. He's all about efficiency. He's all about creating a well-oiled machine, and misses some of the point, I suppose, of Christmas. That's his failing.
Yes, do believe in Santa. He is real.
And what made you want to play him?
I like the character, I like the story, and I'll admit, I love trying to do things with the voice alone. I mean, I know it's not the voice alone. An animator will be sitting at home watching this and going, "You're not doing it alone, we're doing all the work." But at that moment when you're in front of the microphone, I love just sort of concentrating on the voice alone.
Operation Santa Claus is coming to town.
How is Steve different from some of the other characters you've played in the past?
You know, I worry a lot. I'm a big worrier. I don't know why, but I've always tended towards characters who were much, much less sure of themselves. Maybe that's closer to who I am, actually. I'm much more hesitant, and it's only recently that I've found myself playing characters who are much more sure of themselves and have a clearer idea of the way their lives ought to be led and the way things should be done.
Santa's operation has become a lot more high-tech. Can you describe how?
One of the great things about this story is that it deals with the question that every child has asked at some point: how does it all work? And Arthur Christmas shows how this whole operation works.
Operation Santa Claus is coming to town.
Go! Go! Engage rooftops! My character's plan is to make it better still, faster and more efficient and bigger and better. He's about sort of global expansion at the expense of, you know, some of the finer points.
Ho, ho, ho. That's a ho, ho, ho. Field elves jingle. Jingle, jingle. Drop time 18.14 seconds per household.
We'll talk more about Arthur Christmas in tomorrow's episode of EP when we get a tour of the animation studio. Now it's time for the Sonar. Here's Vic with all the hot new console and PC releases.
Link is back for another epic adventure with Skyward Sword for the Wii. Making use of the additional motion sensing capabilities of Wii Motion Plus, swing Link's sword with precision, take aim with a bow or a slingshot, and toss bombs like a pro. Soar through a sea of clouds in between traditional dungeons and solve puzzles in classic Zelda gameplay. And plenty of items, upgrades, and rewards are waiting to be found. The title is available in 2 flavors, one with the game by itself and one that bundles in a gold Wii Motion Plus controller. Jump back in the ring this week with WWE 12 on the PS3, 360, and Wii. A plethora of improvements are included in this year's helping, like a dynamic gameplay system, a breaking point submission system, and a new momentum and stamina system. An updated Road to WrestleMania mode is included, along with a massive roster filled with WWE superstars, divas, and legends.
The Rock is back!
Tekken Hybrid is brawling onto the PS3 this week. This set includes an HD version of Tekken Tag Tournament as well as the CG film Tekken Blood Vengeance on Blu-ray in 3D. It also offers an early playable glimpse of the next game in the franchise with Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Prologue. And the arcade brawling doesn't stop there as the King of Fighters 13 battles onto the PS3 and 360. A roster of over 30 hand-drawn and animated combatants are included, along with a new refined fighting engine and improved online matchmaking. PC gamers can get their fix of action as the Dark Knight's latest adventure, Arkham City, swoops onto computers this week. Take control of the Batman and the feline femme fatale Catwoman. Adventure into the new maximum security home for Gotham's most deranged and psychotic criminals.
I was only here for the hostages, but now I'm taking you down.
And lastly, Serious Sam 3 BFE is going over the top on PCs this week. Set during Earth's final struggle against invading legions of beasts and mercenaries, take up arms in fast-paced shooting mayhem. Team up in 16-player online co-op to battle through 12 levels and join forces for the survival and beast hunt modes. Or go head-to-head online in a variety of classic multiplayer modes like Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, and Last Man Standing.
I dare you to be the last man standing. Stay right where you are and we will reward you with more EP when we return. After the break, cool new gadgets from Sony and a modern new comedy series. Welcome back to EP. Earlier today in the rundown, we told you about the Tablet S from Sony, and they are of course known for their PlayStation and their lineup of TVs, but this year they have so much more to offer. Here's Shaun with a look at their hot new gadgets.
Carl, I know we've all got TVs at home, but we don't all have the personal 3D viewer. What's so cool about this device?
This is a really revolutionary product because last year Sony went really big with 3D TVs. Majority of our lineup is in 3D, but this personal 3D viewer is a very unique product. It's a head-mounted display, but what's fantastic about this is the fact that it's the equivalent of watching a 750-inch screen 20 meters away. So now when you put this on, you're in your own personal immersive movie theater. When you're playing games and watching movies, it's the most fulfilling 3D experience that I've ever seen. This really brings it to another level of 3D. So it's the ultimate for anyone who wants to sit back and play an amazing game like Uncharted 3 in 3D or watch a movie in 3D. The personal 3D viewer does it all.
Carl, Sony is a big name in the laptop world. What is so special about the Z series?
It's unbelievably small, portable. It weighs in at 2.5 pounds. It's got ridiculous battery life, 8 hours with the included battery. We sell an accessory battery that is a sheet that mounts onto the bottom of the notebook and it doubles your battery life. And the other really cool factor is this little media dock that you get. We didn't build in any of the optical drives or the video card into the actual VAIO. It's built into this separate media dock. So if you need to burn a CD, install something, or play a game or do any video editing for that matter, you plug in this little media dock and now you have the power of a media drive, but also now you have your graphics card.
Carl, we've seen the Sony Tablet S before on the show, but there's been some updates since it's launched. What's new and cool about it?
So there's been some amazing new things that we've added. First and foremost, the most exciting one, especially for our gamers, is the launch of the PlayStation Store. And once you install it, now you're gonna have access to some of the classic PlayStation 1 games. Things like Jet Moto and Twisted Metal. You're gonna start to see our PlayStation division porting over some of those classic PSP and PlayStation 1 games now down into the tablet. And every month you'll start to see new titles being launched on there. So you'll be able to go and download those games on there.
Carl, Sony's obviously a big name when it comes to televisions. What are some of the main themes going on with Sony TVs this year?
So TV is obviously Sony's bread and butter. When you think Sony, usually the first product you think of is either PlayStation or TV. And our TVs definitely don't disappoint. Everything from our 65-inch XBR flagship TV to one of our midline 40-inch TVs, you can get a Sony TV that's going to allow you to connect to the internet, to watch movies, to stream movies, and take advantage of great services like YouTube, Netflix, and Sony's exclusive Video Unlimited service, even social media. So if you can think it, it's pretty much there. And if you had a TV from 2 years ago, it's not dated. We keep downloading new updates and new features to them all the time. So you don't have to have the newest, greatest Sony. Your older Bravia will access all this cool stuff from Sony as well.
I might have to put that 3D personal viewer on my wish list. Now let's meet up with Miri. She's joined by the cast of Modern Family.
Modern Family's been around 3 seasons, super successful. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because people see themselves, their families in the show. And I don't know what it is that's so universal about that, but we really are all the same. When did you two become such old women? First you take me to that senior center for porridge, and now you can't even stay up past Luke's bedtime?
It's Friday. We get tired on Fridays.
Get very tired. I think the characters have definitely deepened since season 1. I think, obviously when you're shooting a pilot, you sort of have these broad strokes, and I really love the detail work that the writers have gotten into with us, and I feel like a lot of that's just them picking up on who we are as people and really fleshing it out.
How is this a stolen car? How? I don't know. I'm confused. You have an aspirin. This isn't my car.
Gloria has really evolved since the beginning of the show. How would you say that she's become more one with the family?
I think she's getting more comfortable and more accepted by everyone. The writers are, doing a great job of creating these situations where she gets to be very Colombian, but also, try to to blend in with everybody and be accepted by everybody. So it's a lot of fun.
I cannot look at this.
Do you have any input? Do they come to you and say, what do you think Gloria would do in this situation?
Yeah, sometimes, but more at the beginning, because of course they've never written for a Latin, hot, crazy woman, But now after 2.5 seasons, they're like unbelievable. They even write my mispronunciations. How dare do you say that, Jay?
Mitchell and Cameron are a gay relationship at the beginning that was really sort of talked about. Now it's kind of just part of the show. Why do you think that is?
Audiences were very excited by the fact that there was, 2 men raising a baby, and that was certainly a touchstone for the gay community. But as audiences sort of found the show and started accepting Mitchell and Cameron just as an equal third of the family, it's evolved in a really beautiful way, and I hope that it just keeps moving upward.
No, I'm sorry. Put some in there. No, you bit me.
Well, why don't you sing me a song about it?
We've almost reached the end of the show, but before we take off for the day, take a look at what's coming soon. On the next Electric Playground, the holiday magic continues as we talk to the creative team behind Arthur Christmas.
In the next episode of EP, I'm getting my hands on some great new gadgets from Korg.
Coming soon to EP, we delve into the creative minds of new media with our Storytelling 2.0 series. If you missed anything in the show or you just want to watch it again, you can visit us at g4tv.ca or go to our website at electplay.com. You can also follow us on Twitter under electplay and find us on Facebook under Electric Playground. Now things are going to get a little tricky. I'm going to leave you with a look at SSX, and it kind of makes me want to hit the slope, so I'm going to go do that now. See you later.